My friends, to my channel. I am Melody. If you are new here and you find any of this information valuable, maybe think about subscribing. I said I was going to explain what a heat mat is. We are gardening together over here, teaching you how to grow your own food on a budget. These heat mats, this is a 10 by 20. These are from Amazon. This is what a heat mat looks like. It's just flat. I have it down here on the floor just to show you. And it has a plug. This is a heat mat. And this, I'm trying to do this on the floor, is what you would put your tray on. I don't have this, the cups or anything in there. But as you can see, it will get heat from underneath, which is something like your peppers really love, where it's very quick to germinate your seedlings. I'm just going to put this back over here. I think it was $23, rounded off $24. Amazon, if that's affordable for you, great. Grab a few. Depends on how many seeds you're going to start. You could probably get 2 of them. You see right here, it says warms the rooting area to improve germinating and rooting. It has instructions on here. Place the mat on a well-drained surface without standing water. You absolutely don't want any of your seedlings on water. And use a tray, the bottom water that doesn't have holes. I tend to put a tray that has holes inside of this, but I'll show you that on a next video. For warmer mat temperatures, place it on an insulated surface rather than a cold floor. Mine will be on a shelf. Covering your plant tray with a humidity cover or dome, which in a previous video, I showed you a very inexpensive Jiffy, I think it was. Let me see, do I have a lid here? This is the dome that they're referring to, because this will keep all the moisture in when your tray is down here. So this is what a heat mat looks like. That's the approximate price of it. But if you cannot afford it, I'm telling you, I've done it. It works. If you have a heating pad at your house, it's square like this, with a plug it in, put your tray on top of it. It will work. It usually will have low, medium, high. You want to put it in between low and medium. But I also had a heating pad that wasn't exactly straight and just flat. It was one to go around your neck onto your shoulder, because I had a shoulder injury. That heating mat was very challenging to use. It did have a low, medium to high temperature on it, but it had the cutout. So part of my seed tray wouldn't be on the heat, if that makes sense. But it's a very affordable way. These are affordable. Something like a heat mat, I would highly suggest you purchase, because if you are going to be growing your own food, or you really want to get into gardening, this is going to be worth it. I have quite a few now. I started off, I think I asked for 2 for Valentine's. So I got 2, then I bought another 2, and then I got another 2. So I have 2, 4, 5, I think I have 6 heat mats. But like I said, if you're just starting out, you're not even sure if you're going to love growing your own food or gardening, but maybe you like flowers, just use a regular heating pad that plugs into the outlet and put it on low to medium to keep it nice and warm, for your tray to go on there with its other trays in the inside with the dome, and it will speed up the germination process using your seedling mix. So this is what the mat looks like. Just goes into a regular outlet. It will give you, it says plug the mat into a 120 volt power source. This mat is designed to raise rooting area temperatures approximately 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, 511 degrees Celsius above the ambient air temperature. And then it gives you approximate days to germination is on this mat as well. 70 to 85 degrees, may vary due to the variety of fruit or vegetables. And then it's in 2 different other languages. It also, I think this is a good one. This is by VIVOSUN this is something I wanted to point out. Over here on your mat, it will give you, this is English right here. We're not going to do French or Spanish, but it gives you like basil. It gives you cabbage, cucumber, eggplants. And then it's basically, I mean, you're just going to scroll over, like, we'll go with eggplants. 6 to 7 days, like, to germinate. Your basil will be 5 to 7. Your broccoli's most likely going to be 7 on this heat mat. And the list goes on and on. Tomatoes, it's saying 6. Squash, 7 to 10. Peppers is 7 to 10. Oh, sorry, my finger. 7 to 10. Can you see that right there? Okay. So this also gives you a little graph of how many days it should take for your seedlings to germinate on this heat mat. So it is a little bit of an investment. I mean, it's $24. You know, you can, this is designed by the VIVOSUN in California. So yeah, you can either go this route, and the only other suggestion on a really tight budget is to use a heating pad. I've done it. It absolutely works, my friends. So I wanted to come back on and show you what is a heat mat. That's the name of it, heat mat. This is the size. You want to make sure your size is the right size. Don't get the little half one or your whole tray will not fit on it. This is your standard seedling tray. And as you can see, it covers the whole bottom of the entire tray to make your food, flowers, all germinate a lot more quickly. So 24 bucks. This is the ones that I use, the VIVOSUN. They have one that has a thermometer to make sure your soil, you don't need all that. I have it. I don't even use it. As long as this is plugged in, this will warm up. I actually have one right here. Let me show you. You see? This is something that I'm doing for the channel. Let me just fix this very quickly. This is not a 75 cell count. I didn't start my cauliflower yet. I just have some of them going because, you know, I want an early crop for that. And the heat mat is plugged in. It's under here. If I move this away, I can put my hand under there. You can touch it. It's not scalding hot. It's just warm. And that's what your seedlings like. So that's the only thing that I have going right now is that. And the heat pad is plugged in. So I call it a heat pad. I call it a heat mat. Same thing. So yeah, if you're interested, go get yourself some VIVOSUN. You know, you'll have to determine how many of these you would need, but remember they're $24 a piece. You can use just a heating pad, or if you have a south-facing window, I think it is, where it gets a lot of sun and the windowsill's super hot, you could germinate your seeds that way. It just may take a little bit longer. So I would suggest either going this route if you're planning on being a gardener long-term, growing your food long-term. Maybe get yourself one to start off with, or get yourself a couple if you're getting ready to grow a lot of food. And also, if you can't afford it, when I first started, I couldn't afford a lot of things. So my suggestion to you, my friends, is to go get just a heating pad that you would use for your back if it's hurting, or if you're a woman and you have cramps, that type of heating pad, not the hot water bottle type. So that is my video. That is what a heat mat looks like. This is the brand that I use because I was asked questions. What is it? What do I use? And I really like the factor that over here, it tells you the crop and it'll tell you how long it'll take for it to germinate. So, and like I said, if you can't afford the 24, so around, I think it's either $23.99 or it's $24.99 for this particular heat mat. Just go get yourself a heating pad. It will do the same thing. I've done it on this identical shelf on under tray, just like this. I had a flat heating mat for cramps, and it germinated all my seeds for years. So that is my tip and the information that people were asking me, what is the heat mat? What's the brand that I use? Here it is. It's VIVOSUN Heat Mat. This is the size I use. Pay attention to the size, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're going to go under Amazon and get this, this fits every one of my trays. Every single one that I own. It's a great size. It fits. You see that? I'll show you that one more time. It fits the entire tray. So be very careful. Pay attention when you are ordering it that you get this size, because this is your standard. When I was looking before, it had different sizes and I almost bought the wrong ones. So that is my video today. I hope that's helpful for everyone that's following along, whether it's flowers, you want to do herbs, you want to plant a pepper plant, tomatoes, whatever. Go get yourself one of these or grab yourself a heating pad, and you will be on your way to getting ready to, well, I think over here we're going to get ready to start some herbs, and we're going to start peppers. I did a video on you figuring out your last frost date. How do you go about doing that, and grabbing some pepper seeds, because that's what we're going to start over here. So I hope that that was helpful. If you find this information informative and you're not a subscriber, come join us. We would love to have you over here. And yeah, this is a series, gardening for beginners, also doing it on a budget. I'm going to do the same identical thing that I am suggesting to whoever's following along. I'm going to do the same exact thing. So I can put my one heating pad. This is my shelf. It's not done yet. I could put a regular heating pad and one tray on there to show you that it does work, because we are going to grow together. And I am also not joshing when I did the video on maybe what you should grab that's an affordable. This is a Jiffy. And I have some cabbage that I just planted in some seedling mix. You see that came up already? Just with a simple heat mat, a tray, and a dome. So there you have it. Stick with me and you will be able to grow a lot. So like I said, if you find any of this information informative, fantastic, think about subscribing. If you're following along on this series, leave me a comment. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment box. I try to answer everyone back. You can also follow me on Instagram under Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. And I am Melody, and I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye, my friends.